up a blank that you can use to start to build your banner image. Now over here, you've got backgrounds. You've got, so here you can search for images. So you might be in the medical industry, let's say. So let's type in medical. Okay, and so it'll bring up all of these images related to the medical industry. You might be in another industry such as IT. So just type in IT. And it brings up all of these other images related to IT. So you can literally just double click on one of those images and you can see here that it puts it into your pre-sized banner image. And then if you like, you can click on text and you can overlay what text you would like over that particular image and try to include a key benefit statement about what it is that you actually do or what it is that you offer. Okay, so here you can see I'm changing the color of that. I can change the size. Okay, and we can see there that we've got to move that because we need a bit of a black background. You might change the color of that to a different color, like so. And
sorry,
so,
Derek, sorry to interrupt you. Can you just
yep.
check your screen? But it's not showing properly on my end.
Okay, screen share. So you can't see Snapper right now?
No.
Hang on, what do we got here?
Can you try to close it and share again and see if that will be better?
Let's try that again. All right, let's try it again. Share screen. Is that better? Can you see the whole screen? Can you see the whole screen? Or
yes. Yeah, this
yep, you can.
Yeah.
Okay, so shall I start that again? It sounds like I should. Okay. All right, so everybody,
yeah,
can you see my entire, you can see everything there? You can see my entire LinkedIn profile?
Yes.
Yep, okay. All right, so just to recap, just to quickly go back over that, when people want to know more about you, they're going to have a look at your LinkedIn profile, and your banner image, this header image up here, is one of the first things that they are going to see, okay? And it's one of the important factors that entices or encourages the viewer or the reader of your LinkedIn profile to want to read further, to want to know more about you. All right, so it's really important to have a banner image. So if you go to Google and you type in Snapper, S-N-A-P-P-A, okay, and it will bring up this listing here. You're looking for snapper.com, and then this is Snapper here, and I'll just refresh that so that we can start that again. Actually, let's do it this way. We'll click on that. Okay, so once you've opened up your free account with Snapper, you literally just type in 1584 by 396 pixels, click on create, and you'll see here that it's actually given you a blank canvas. Okay, so up the top here, you've got background, you've got effects, text, graphics. Graphics, you'll notice you've got photos in there. You can upload your own images. You've also got shapes that you can work with. So with photos, you can just type in, let's say you're in IT that I was using a minute ago. And here you can see it brings up all of these images that are related to IT, okay? So you can literally just click on whatever image you find suitable and you can expand it like so. You can move it around, okay? And let me just check that I've got that correct on the right-hand side there. I think so. Okay, and it says keep calm and drink coffee, which we should all be doing at this hour. Okay, all right, now I can overlay some text onto that, and that text can be a little something about what it is that you do or what it is that you offer, something that you specialize in. Ultimately, a key benefit statement about, and then you can see here that you can change the color of that text very quickly, very easily. You can increase the size. You can change your letter styles, for example. like so, and you can position that around. You can see here that there it is centered. Okay, and then what you literally do is you go over here and you save it, and then you download it to your PC, ready to be uploaded to your LinkedIn profile and inserted in your banner image. Okay, so to give you an example, here I have my business name. I have the areas that I specialize in, being Facebook and LinkedIn, details of my websites, couple of courses that I have available. Okay, so that's how you can create your own banner image and insert that into your LinkedIn profile. To insert, you literally just go up here, and this is where you can change that photo, and you literally just upload the photo in there, and then you can reposition that, and then you click on apply, and it will save that photo to your LinkedIn profile. Okay. All right. Now, the next thing is your face pick. Okay. Your face pick is an important factor to have a really good face pick. But let's face it, sometimes it's hard to figure out for us which is the best face pick for us to use. So there's a very simple solution, and that is you go to a website called photofeeler.com. Okay. This is it here, photofeeler.com. And you click on PhotoFeeler, and this is where you can upload your face pick, and members of the public will actually vote on it for you, and they'll give you some feedback. Okay, so this is valuable information. Here you can see you'll get a score on how, where are we? You'll get a score on literally how competent you look, how likable you look, how influential you look, or how trustworthy you look. Okay, and so this is valuable information when you're trying to figure out which is the best face pick for you to use. Ultimately, you want a reasonably close-up face pick, and the best face picks, as you can see with mine, is to have a clear white, non-distracting background. Okay, so have a look at PhotoFeeler to figure out and test which is going to be the best face pick for you to use, based on the votes and the opinions of other people who are looking at your face pick. Okay. Okay, so now the next one, your headline, this section here. All right. Now I'm going to put the link to this in the chat. In fact, I'll put the link to all three in the chat. Okay, so here we've got Snapper. Now, just bear with me. Let me just go to Q&A. Okay, what I might do is I'll put those in there afterwards, I think. Can I do that now? Yep, here we go. Here's Snapper. I'll put PhotoFeeler in there. Is that coming up in the chat okay?
Yep.
Those links? Yep. Okay. And there's PhotoFeeler. And this one, we're going to put share through. Okay, so you should have those three links right now: Snapper, PhotoFeeler, and share through. Great. All right, so what this particular platform does, Jude, do you mind if I use your profile for this?
Yep, that's fine.
Yep, that's all right. All right, so let's go up the top here and we'll type in Jude. Here we go. All right, now, so I'm going to copy Jude's headline, and we'll go over here to share through. I'll put that in there. Now, what this particular platform does is it analyzes your headline. And here you can see it gives you a headline quality score. Jude's got one of 73. It highlights some strengths of your headline. It gives you some suggestions over here. And then down here, you can see that it uses an algorithm over 300 unique variables. And then when we go down here, it gives you an engagement score and an impression score. And then down here, it actually gives you a history. And so the beautiful part about this platform is we can make minor changes to this particular headline, or to your headline. You can make minor changes. And based on the changes in that scoring, you can see if you're taking that headline in the right or the wrong direction. Okay. So for example, I can tell you from an SEO perspective, we should space this out just a little bit. And we've practitioner, should be practitioner, but practitioner.
Yeah, that's once well in.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's all right. Okay, so let's see if that makes any difference. Probably keep it pretty much the same, actually. Yep, it does. Okay, so you can see here the just by making those minor changes and changing that typo. Okay, even though the score has stayed the same, but you can see how that comes up in the history, and we've still got 1 or 2 there after expert. There it is. And I can't quite see because let me do that. That's better. There we go. Speaker. All right. Founder at Global Youth Mental Awareness. Certified mental health certified or that should be fine by ED. Mental health practitioner, award-winning entrepreneur, leadership expert, international speaker, business developer. Okay, let's see if that makes any difference. A bit of the same. Now let's go back and see how much room we've got. Okay, Jude has maximized the number of characters, or he's very close to the number of characters. You can see here he's got just over 4 lines, or just 3.5 lines that he can use. Okay, so that gives you an idea of how long a headline that you can use in there. All right, so let's go back in there. Award-winning entrepreneur, leadership expert, international speaker, business developer. I would probably leave that just as it is. Okay, it's a pretty good headline. All right. And you can get some ideas from mine as well. I start mine off by asking a question of the particular audience that I'm trying to reach out to. So that's another way that you can do that. Okay. All right. Now, when you scroll down, here you have your About section. And in your About section, you're allowed 2,400 characters. So you want to try and use as many of those as possible. And you see down the end here, I have my contact details. Really important. That's probably the strongest tip that I can give you, is to include your contact details at the end of your About section. You want to make it as easy as possible for people to be able to reach out and get in touch with you. Okay. All right. The other thing which is important is add your featured section here. So this is where you can highlight different posts, uploads, links to videos, links to websites, etc., in your featured section. And then underneath your experience section, you can also add media. Okay, and so that media, in this case, I've got videos linked across from my LinkedIn account on YouTube, but it can be anything. It can be videos from your LinkedIn, your YouTube channel. It can be links from your website. It can be PDF documents, images, etc. So try to add as much media as you can to the base of your experience sections, because that's going to help your profile be that much more interesting to the viewer, to the reader of your LinkedIn profile. And finally, actually, on my profile, you'll also find there's a whole lot of icons, symbols, emojis, etc. You're welcome to copy and paste any of those if you like to use those throughout your experience or your About section. And then finally, down the bottom of your LinkedIn profile, you've got recommendations. Okay, these are your testimonials. You want to try and get recommendations from people that you've worked for, but also people you've worked with. It can be colleagues, etc., people that you might have worked on, concepts, ideas, projects, assignments, even things outside of business, such as charitable events or sporting events or good causes, just like this one. So ask people for recommendations. That's really important. And ultimately, you want to have received a lot more recommendations than what you've actually given. And this is a form of social proof. This helps to substantiate that you are extremely good at what you do. Okay. All right. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the share and open up for any questions that anybody might have about LinkedIn that I might be able to help them with. And I'm going to let Jude adjudicate the questions.
Mine is low. Because anyway, it's a comment. I want to thank you for taking us through the LinkedIn profile. Actually, my LinkedIn headline was improved after the session that I had with you. I think my first one was under 30. But after the session I had with you, you said that it goes up to about 70, 73. So that was really great. I thank you for sharing your great insights with us today. Yeah, so is there anyone that have a question? And please, if you have a question, this is a time for you to ask Derek. He will be happy to answer your LinkedIn question.
Any questions? I'm here to help.
You can type your question on the chat box or raise up your hands or pick up the mic, to ask your question.
No questions. I must have covered everything. Okay. Before we go, there'd be one parting point that I would make to you, and that is just get started. Okay. LinkedIn is growing, social media is growing, online is growing, especially in this last year of COVID. Online has had some extraordinary growth, and there are many reasons for that we all know of, such as lockdown and so many more people working from home, etc. So the key with it is just get started, and the more you use social media, the more comfortable with it you will become, and the better at it you will become. So just get started, just start working it, and you'll slowly get better and better and become good at it. So just get started and enjoy the journey.
Thank you so much, Derek.
My pleasure.
Great. You want to talk?
Any tips or tricks for assuring security? Okay. Okay. Can I ask whoever's asking about any tips or tricks for assuring security? Are you referring to LinkedIn or social media or emails, or can you elaborate a little bit on that question, please? Hopefully it's coming. Probably the best tip that I can give for assuring security, particularly emails. If you get an email and it might be telling you that you've been locked out of your PayPal account, for example, or your PayPal account might have been accessed or something like that. Always check where that email has been sent from, okay? And that is a big indicator on whether or not it's a legitimate email or not. The other thing is hover your icon over the links in that email and have a look where that link is directed to. Okay, don't click on it, whatever you do, just hover on it, and that will tell you whether or not that is a legitimate email or not. Okay, so that's probably the one strong tip that I can give you. Obviously, make sure your antivirus is up to date and that you scan regularly. I probably scan once every couple of months, maybe. Those are the two key ones that I would provide. Here we go. Is LinkedIn the most professional of social media platforms so far in terms of marketing self for career advancement? Yes, it is. Thank you for valuable tips. How do I optimize my about section to enable me to attract the minds in my like minds in my field, especially if I'm looking for a job opportunity. Okay. All right, a couple of things. I'm going to go back to sharing again, and I'll show you a couple of things. All right, so this is your about section. All right, so can everybody see my profile?
Yep.
Yep. Okay. So the first line of your about section, you want to have an attention-grabbing headline, or a headline that tells people exactly what you do. Remember, your LinkedIn profile should be all about what's in it for them, what's in it for the potential company you're going to work for, what's in it for the viewer or the reader. Okay, think about your objective. You want to entice that inquiry. You want to create that inquiry. You want the person reading your LinkedIn profile to reach out and get in touch with you. Okay, so your profile's got to be based on what's in it for them. All right. So an attention-grabbing headline, or the area that you specialize in. Then I actually ask them a question, but remember, this is a profile for somebody in business like myself. Your profile, if you're looking for work or looking for a job, should highlight the work that you're looking for, your experience, what you're good at. Okay. Now, one person that I highly recommend that you follow is this lady here, Bridget Hyacinth. Okay. Write down that name. In fact, I will put down her details in the chat because, yeah, highly recommend you follow Bridget. Okay. Now, the next thing that I'm also going to do is I'm going to put down her feed, her content. Okay, this is her content. All right. So she's all about helping job seekers. All right. She's extremely good at what she does. So I'm going to put her up here. Okay, now another one that I'm also going to put down is my friend David. Now this guy here, he also helps people in job search. He does it, that's his business as well. Okay. And I'm going to put down his activity as well. So this will help you too. So keep an eye on what both Bridget and David post, and you'll get some further insights into how to use LinkedIn to help you search and position yourself towards people who have employment opportunities. Now, the other thing that you can also do, let's say you're looking for work or you're looking for a job at Microsoft. Okay, so you can search for particular companies up here. Okay, you can see here you've got people, jobs, posts, groups, companies. Okay, so you can search for the jobs at Microsoft. And here you can see there's over 6,000 results of them. And then you've got all of these jobs here for Microsoft and similar companies, or where the word Microsoft can be mentioned in the actual job role. Okay, so they might be looking for somebody who can use particular Microsoft programs. So this all comes under this part of the platform here, jobs. All right. So get comfortable using the jobs section of LinkedIn. All right. Okay. All right. Are there any other questions that anybody would like to ask me? Any further questions?
Thank you so much, Derek, for that. Please, can I just ask you to please hang around while
Sure, sure.
yeah, and if there's more question and people can go ahead. Jinab, you wanted to ask question? You can unmute yourself if you want to use the mic or use the chat box.
How
Okay.
can you run ads on LinkedIn? What do you want to advertise for? What would you like to advertise for? Shoes. Okay. All right. So you're selling shoes, I'm assuming. Okay. LinkedIn, there are there's many social media networks. LinkedIn is considered B2B, business to business. Okay. So if you're a business and you work with other businesses, then LinkedIn is great for that. Facebook is more B2C, business to consumer. So if you're selling shoes, for example, I would actually advertise those on Facebook because there's a lot more consumers on Facebook. The other thing that you'll also find is Facebook is the most targeted advertising platform on the planet, bar none. And yeah, there's some extraordinary opportunities within the Facebook platform for advertisers. So I hope that helps. Any other questions?
Insight, Derek.
I didn't quite get that. Can we maybe type the question in the chat, please?
And John, as well, you wanted to ask question? You can ask your question. Okay. So just conscious of the time. Thank you for that again, Derek. And please, as I mentioned, if you can hang around, that would be great for other question. And please feel free to ask your question on the chat box as we go along. Can I invite Xavier to please? Xavier, are you here? Hello, Xavier. You can unmute yourself. Yeah. So Xavier is our social media coordinator, and he will be sharing his insights on how to navigate on social media, especially Facebook and all the other platforms. Xavier, you got 5 minutes. Please, can you take over at the moment, or do you need a bit more time to prepare yourself? Okay.
Okay, good evening.
Hello, Xavier.
Good. I think afternoon is.
All right. While we're waiting
Hello,
for Xavier, can I just ask Maurice? Maurice, are you here? Can you unmute yourself? Okay.
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. So Maurice is one of our board members. He's actually the treasurer of GYMHA, the Global Youth Mental Health Awareness. We are so lucky to have Maurice with us today. He's also the one championing the content development for GYMHA. We can't thank Maurice enough for his immensely contribution towards the advancement of GYMHA globally. So it's now my pleasure and honor to welcome Maurice to share his insight with us on how to navigate on social media as well, his experience while working at GYMHA, and also any other motivation and tips that he can share with us, especially during this pandemic, and how we can be our resiliences as well. and able to survive in the social media and get the validation, so increase our online presence. So Maurice, it's all yours. Hello, Maurice.
All right, thank you so much, Jude, and
Wait.
thanks for the privilege to speak today. And I also thank you, Derek, for that insightful and wonderful presentation. Please, due to network poor network coverage, I will not be able to share any screen. And also turn on my video. I will just move straight to the point because I know I have a very bad network connection. And however, just like Jude has introduced, I will be talking about the social media and communication. However, I also want to talk about a bit of my role, which is content development. And talking about content development, I'm talking about what I do regarding content development, making content, and not just making content, it's also about posting it online or how to get the media. However, on that note, I also want to talk about some of the soft skills regarding social media. And meanwhile, talking about soft skills, there are a lot of them. We have time management, we have networking, teamwork, creativity or creative thinking, we have conflict resolution, we have self motivation, leadership, and the rest of them. However, on these soft skills, I want to focus on teamwork. Now, today I saw something on a post by somebody. It says team simply means together each achieve more. Together each achieve more. Now, part of the things we do regarding Jimha and content development, oftentimes I get the posts or I get the content to develop. And once I do that, we're able to share it within ourselves. That's why you see a lot of volunteers posting on different days. This is teamwork because myself cannot do the posting alone. Jude cannot do the posting alone, or Vivian will not do the posting alone, and some other persons will not do it alone. That is teamwork. And together we're able to achieve more. Please, and then at any point you are not able to hear me, please let me know because I've been experiencing the poor connectivity. Most, I also want to talk about content. I also want to talk about creative thinking. In content development and some of the soft skills, you have creative thinking. It's about your ability to think more. It's about your ability to think about. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, we can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Maurice, although it's breaking up.
Hello.
Yeah, hello,
Yes,
Maurice.
we can hear you. Sorry, we can hear you.
Yes, go on. Go on. I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, Maurice seems to be having the network issue. Why are we waiting for him to come
Hello,
up?
Jude. Can you hear me?
Oh, yes, we can hear you.
Okay, thanks for that. I was talking about creative thinking. One of the soft skills, again, you need for social media posting is creative thinking. My creative thinking is all about your ability to think about what you want to post. Think about keywords and content that will catch or capture the mind and attention of your target audience, the people you want to post, you want to send out information or message to. So one of the soft skills, just like I said, creative thinking. We need to think creatively. We need to develop the ability to think. we may not have the skills, but it is something we'll learn over time. Like myself, I am just trying. I'm just trying to put something there, and I think it's gradually. Then also talk about self motivation. Sometimes you post some certain content on the online. Sometimes you post some content online. If you don't have self motivation, if you are not determined that you want to post, and at the end of the day you may discover that your post is not driving the kind of hits or the kind of likes and comments you want. So you need self motivation. You need to motivate yourself. Sometimes I could remember the first day I posted on LinkedIn. You may get one like, you may not even get any like, but self motivation makes you, it leads you, it makes you want to post more because you know what you want and you know what you're heading to. So at a point, even when you don't get the much like you want, self motivation helps you. Self motivation helps you to do what? To hit and continue. More so, I'll talk about leadership. It is all about leadership, the way you lead, whether you're talking about Hello,
Hello, Maurice. It's breaking up.
please, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Maurice.
Okay, Maurice seems to be having.
Hello.
Hello, Maurice. Yeah.
I don't know if you can hear me. My connection is quite bad.
Yeah, we can
Yes,
hear you, Maurice.
can I hear you, Maurice?
Yeah.
Okay. Why we waiting for Maurice to come up again? Can I just ask Savior to come on board?
Okay.
Hello, Maurice. All right, Savior, are you ready?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, good. Can you you have 5 minutes, please? Can you take over?
Can you hear me?
The floor is now yours. Maurice, please, can you try to set it up a bit or use the chat box? While Savior, we continue with the presentation, 5 minutes. I know you have a very poor network there, unfortunate. But so just want to see how we can maximize the time. Okay, so if you can use the chat box, that would be great as well. So Savior, please, can you start your presentation, please?
Okay, thank you, Jude. Good evening from Nigeria. I really appreciate you for making this a success. Really.
Good evening, Savior.
Yeah, good evening. Nice being here. So I would really want to thank Jude. Can we all hear me?
Yeah, it's a bit faint. Can you increase your volume a bit?
Yeah.
Okay, it's fine. So I want to say thank you, Jude, for helping. At some point we really have to take retreat for ourselves and get ourselves really loaded so we could achieve more in the new year. So also I would like to appreciate Derek for the wonderful presentation he did, and as well as Maurice. He was really
Yes,
making sense. Team. I don't know if we are connected.
Hello, Savior, you're breaking up. Hello? Hello, like we lost Savior. Okay, can I ask Vivian to get ready?
Can I go on? Can I proceed?
Okay, it's still
Hello,
breaking
Jude,
up.
are you there?
Yeah, it's echoing a bit. Can you change your position and see if that will help?
Okay, I think it's getting better now. So, quickly, Jude, I hope you can hear me and everyone. Okay, no.
It's still breaking up, Xavier. Okay, can we come back to you? Vivian, are you here? Okay. Since there's a lot of connectivity issues.
I don't know.
Hello?
Hi, Jude. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, Maurice.
Okay, just on a final talk, I think one of the soft skills again needed for a proper social media post is skill writing. We need to have an excellent time. You don't have to look at yourself and say, I don't have the skills of writing. It is something you develop over time. So we need to start. We need to start. When you write, you look at it over and over again. For some things, you look at it, you see yourself improving. You could give it out to somebody to help you edit and all that. You see yourself improving. So we need to start. And once you start, you see yourself improving, never relenting your abilities of writing. Then we also need to talk about execution. You have something to post. Once you've written, you need don't procrastinate for tomorrow. You don't post, and you may not know how good you are doing regarding writing because you are not executing, you are not posting. So we need to execute and post. Then we also talk about strategy.
Okay, we lost Maurice, and yeah, Xavier is having connectivity issue, and also Vivian is not here at the moment. So I want to thank you for coming. Hello, Xavier. Okay, so I'm just going to share a few things, and then the floor will be open for question and answer before we end this session. So regarding the posting on the social media in Jimha, we've been organizing, I would say, doing better in terms of the social media engagement. Our online presence has increased over the time, and the volunteer have also increased. We did propose 2 posts per day, one in the morning and one in the evening. This year, we're increasing it to 3 times posting per day. So that means one person to post in the morning, another in the afternoon, and then the last person in the evening. So that will be 3 person per day. What that means is that it's a teamwork. Anytime you are not available on the day you are scheduled to post, you just let the other team members know, and then they will fill in for you. At any point in time, look, this is a volunteer, including myself, I'm also a volunteer. Jimha is run by 100% volunteer, and here I do, emphasize how important it is for we to respect one another and show love and show kindness. Let us be kind to ourselves and be kind to others. That sometimes you post on the social media, you will receive some attack, and please don't take it personal and don't revenge. Let me know at any time. I will let Vivian or Maurice know what you're experiencing so that we can intervene quickly. And please, can I just say this again? Do not revenge. Do not swear. Do not use any elf language. And please, this is very, very important, for we to be able to achieve our mission. So the best way you can use to resolve it, is to reply in the very kind voice. So it doesn't matter, everyone, remember, a lot of people, especially during the pandemic, are upset. The whole world is upset. So please do not fall into that trap. If you do, that will damage the reputation of the organization. If you don't know what to do, straight away get in touch with me, Vivian, or Maurice. So we're able to help you out. Xavier is also there, to help. In terms of the posting on the social media, it's our duty to scrutinize, to peruse whatsoever we don't post. It doesn't matter where the post comes from. It doesn't matter what you're sharing, but what is important is that whatsoever you share on the social media, you are responsible for it. And that is why you need to carefully read in details to make sure that the content, the information that you're passing through or you're sharing is accurate. And in terms of the spelling, grammatical errors, again, it is very important for you to look for someone to peruse, do proofreading for you so that you're able to post the content information that are correct, accurate. There's nothing more harmful than to give an incorrect information and share it on the social media. So please check carefully before you post. Another thing I want to share is that this is a voluntary work. We don't have over expectation from our volunteers. At any particular point in time, you feel like you got a full-time job, which is our joy. We celebrate with you if you let us know. And then you say, look, because of my full-time job, I won't be able to commit to the daily sharing or the supporting the Jimha mission. We'll be very happy, if you let us know, and then we'll look for another person to fill in your space. Don't take it as a burden. We don't impose any task on anyone. If you're not feeling comfortable with any task you are assigned to, you let us know as soon as possible. Some people do volunteer for 3 months, some people do volunteer for 4 months, 6 months, whatever the case may be. And some people got a full-time job and they want to continue. So please, whatsoever situation you find yourself, keep us engaged, keep us informed so that we can work along with you. Engagement is mandatory for all our volunteers. It doesn't matter the date you are responsible for sharing, but anytime you are online and you feel comfortable to sharing whatsoever that have been posted out there, please share. And I do ask this personally to tag me in any of your posts. And that will help me to know what is going on the social media. And then if anything happens, I will be able to testify that, yes, I'm aware of this. If you don't tag me and think that I'll be able to see what you post, it's difficult. There are a lot of platforms that I do oversee. So that makes it very difficult for me to know what is actually going on at any particular point in time. We also use this opportunity to encourage you to bring other like-minded people on board. Vivian has been doing this greatly. That is why today we have a lot of volunteers. She took it as her own, personal, I would say a personal job. She took this as a thing that is very dear to her heart. I'm using her as a reference because for the past months that we have been working together, I have seen a lot of drastic increase in the way we operate. A lot of suggestion, and Vivian also asked questions. That was the first thing that I picked up from Vivian the first day I met her, that she asked a lot of questions. And why that is very important to me is that when someone asks a question, it makes me to understand that that person is listening and that person wants to know more. By the time you are quiet and you don't want to ask a question or maybe a silly question or a foolish question, there's nothing like that. Once you keep quiet, you are silent, it makes me feel I'm not communicating. See, it becomes so important for you as a volunteer to ask questions. So it's also very, very important for you to engage with your fellow volunteers. We need to support each other. There's a thing that we introduced this last month, celebration of birthday for all our volunteers. So if you are celebrating, let us know so that we can celebrate with you. I also don't want you to get offended if we don't celebrate with you. Sometimes we don't know that you're celebrating. For those that we know, we'll take it on board to make sure that we celebrate with them. So it becomes your responsibility to let us know. Don't assume we know. Let us know that you are celebrating so that we can celebrate with you. Again, there is no monetary gain in this job, but there are other benefits that we do render as from Jimpa. We can write a recommendation letter for you. We can give you a certificate, and you can use that title to boost your resume, your job, seeking, hunting, which can help a lot. You can use us as a reference. You can learn a lot from our platform. You can use our platform to share and promote your own, organization events. We can collaborate with you in any of your events. This is why we can't support financially, but we can render in-kind support. So please don't think you are wasting your time, while doing the voluntary work for us. There are lots of benefits. And what that means is that we want you this year to improve in everything that you're doing, not only at the work you do at Jimha, but also in your own personal endeavors. Whatsoever you learn here, please apply it in your daily activities, in your other endeavors, and you will benefit greatly from it. I don't want to say or give too much overload information. There are a lot to discuss. There are a lot to say about Jimha. But because our time is very limited, so I want to open the floor for any questions so that we can use the next 10 to 15 minutes to round up. So do anyone have question? Please feel free to unmute your mic if you want to speak, and we can use the chat box as well. Derek, do you have any question on the chat board that you want to answer?
Hi, everybody. If you have any questions for me, please just enter them into the chat.
Okay. If there's a question, if you can share the piece of writing for a better understanding. So what we can do here is to send a recording to all the participants. So we can do that so you can listen to it over and over again. In terms of documentation, so I'm not too sure if we can get a piece of writing on this presentation. For those who are unable to present today, like Vivian and Xavier, I will reach out to them if they can get some notes that we can share. So if not, I will be using the recording as a backup.
I've shared a link, 30 tips in 30 days, hashtag 30 tips in 30 days. That's a series of LinkedIn tips that I did late last year, which has got a lot of LinkedIn tips in there that will help you. So just go into LinkedIn, in the search bar, type in hashtag 30 tips in 30 days, and you'll be able to bring up all of those LinkedIn tips for you.
Thank you so much, Derek, for sharing that. I must confess that that was very, powerful, and I did follow it from the beginning to the end, and I gained a lot from it. And thank you for sharing that again. It's amazing.
My pleasure. Happy to help.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Mrs. Tariro.
How are you?
Yeah, very good.
I think, yeah, I've been quiet for a long time, but because we were experiencing a cyclone. I think we heard that through media and everything. We were in a cyclone mode for 2 weeks, but we are glad to say that we didn't have any damages like the last cyclone. but we're experiencing some rains nearly every day. Even now, it's so raining, but it's there are light rains, but with a lot of winds and so forth. Then the second thing is Zimbabwe was declared a COVID hotspot. We are losing people, and we are in a fourth degree lockdown. The whole country is in lockdown. We are not going to work until the 30th of January. So everyone is working from home. But we experience a lot of death on daily basis, and it's so scary. So we need your prayers and so forth. For like this morning, I lost about it to my co-workers and so forth. One was just okay. He said he was okay. Then he was in isolation, but we lost the guy, our HR. So these are some of the things, but it was because of the cycling. So our waves and our traffic, our electricity was a little bit disturbed, but we hope everything will be okay in near future. And thank you so much for the presentations, both from Dietrich and from the other colleagues. Thank you so much, and I hope to receive some notes, and we hope the situation will be subsidized as we go on and so forth. But the country is in a panic mode, especially on the cave of the COVID and so forth. It's not quite good. Thank you so much
Thank you so
for the
much,
opportunity.
Mrs.
Yeah.
Tariro.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, for being
Thank you so much, madam.
Yeah. We appreciate all your support, being a pioneer, one of the pioneer of the global youth mentoring. So we have most respect for you. Thank you for all your encouragement all the years, and I will pray that God continue to strengthen you. Our sympathies, for all those lost their family members over there, and for this situation, we pray that God will continue to strengthen and comfort each and every one. Past year has been a very terrible year. I will pray that this 2021 will be better. Please, let's continue to support each other. There's a question there, Derek, regarding the 30 tips. So if you could insert that on the chat box, that would be great. Donna, you wanna ask question or you wanna comment? Please go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Jude. What a great presentation from Derek. Thank you so much. Well, I don't know whether it's a question or it's just an interactive opportunity to take it, but I think we would benefit much as well from trainings to do with our lexical English, so that when we come to this LinkedIn at least we come up with catchy ourselves. I'm pretty linked myself, but
hello, Donna. It's very faint. We can't hear you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, can you increase your volume a bit?
Okay, let me try to increase my volume. Okay. Now, am I audible? Am I audible now?
Still the same.
Still the same. Make use of the chat box then.
Okay, all right. Thanks for that. Okay, just any other person have any question or comment?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good evening, Professor Jude.
Good evening, Ekena. Please go ahead.
Okay. Mine is not really question. Mine is is a suggestion.
Yeah.
And also appreciation to you Professor Jude and other members of the working crew. Hello?
Yep, we can hear you. Hello.
Sorry, I've not been so active for a while now due to some circumstances beyond my control, but I promise to be more active this time around. I think I've actually overcame some of those challenges. So I thank you for your real passion towards making our world a better world. Thank you, Jude. Thank
It's
you.
our pleasure,
And
Ikeda, and thank you,
thank you.
for being a part of the team. We're looking forward to working with you for the advancement of GMHA globally. Thank you for your participation as well,
and
for your kind words.
I look forward to participating more in GMHA.
Yeah. Thanks for your anticipation. I appreciate it. Yeah. So, just any other person have a question or comment? Dips, your hand is, you still raising your hand. You wanted to say something? Okay. So, in terms of, okay, please go ahead. I'm not sure who is this. If you have any question, please go ahead. Or if you want to use the mic, unmute yourself and speak.
Hello once again. Yeah, it's Tarino. I hope you are hearing me. I was thinking as well to say, I think this time everyone needs mental health information as ever before throughout the continent and so forth. So I was thinking to say, on top of our work or mental health and so forth, I was thinking that we can come up with a theme or a statement where we also do another campaign to give hope to people on this COVID pandemic. Just for example, something I am, you are, we are. Together we can combat COVID as Jihima, something like that. I know we've got a lot of young people here who are very innovative in something. So I'm just thinking aloud to say, can we come also up with maybe a statement or a theme or which we can move with, so that we also put our Jihima's voice in giving hope to people in this COVID pandemic. I thank you. Through our leader, Dr. Judy.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mrs. Tariro. I think that just led me to share quickly, but we've got for a few minutes left. Our projects this year. So I'll start with Zachariah from Somaliland. He sent a proposal on how they're going to start institute there for mental health. So whereby they will collaborate with GMHA to be ongoing. So be assigning teachers from GMHA to join the online training. That is one of our partnership. We also have a partnership proposal from CPAS. We'll be joining them for different programs through the year. At the moment, we have about 3 to 4 major projects. One of them is a collaboration with Zizino and Wellbeing Health Retreat. And the summit is going to be a 2-day summit coming up in February, 20th and 21st of February. So the title of that project is Finding the Mindset Tools to Overcome Challenges. So which is also related to what you mentioned. That is one of the events. And we'll be sharing more details from tomorrow. And some people have already got the details. I know you got the details as well. Then the second project that we have on board is the job search development skill project. So that is a 5 days intensive training workshop whereby the trainer, which is also the coach, will partnering with the organization or career coach. So they'll go through step by steps on how you can develop your skill, especially interview skills, and ultimately for you to get a job. So this be a certificate as well at the end, and that is a paid event, and everything goes to charity. Then the other event that is coming up on board is Let's Sort It Out Together. Let's Sort This Out Together is SMS app whereby the young people can connect with each other. We'll be having 10 young people as the champions for that pilot project. There are a lot of information regarding that we'll be sharing from time to time. We are doing that, and that is a project from the Victoria government. We're working in partner with the Big Hat, so which is a part of the Victoria government initiative here in Australia. So we'll be doing that for the 10 months. It's going to be a 10 months project, and after that, we'll be having other project coming up on board to build on that as well. So those are some of the major events that we have at hand, and believe that this year is going to be a very busy year for each one of us, and we do ask for your support. So it's exactly 8:15. I want to thank you all for coming. As I mentioned from the agenda, we are to finish at 8:15, so in Melbourne time. I want to thank you, Derek, again for the wonderful presentation. So Derek is always online. If you have any question or you want to know more about Derek, or you need one-on-one coaching or training, please get in touch with Derek. You can find him on the LinkedIn and on Facebook. So he's very, very active. So I've gained a lot from him, personally and professionally. So please do not hesitate to get in touch with him. In terms of the volunteer job at Jim we'll be doing the next orientation next week. And there are also other training coming up on board as well. We'll be sharing with you all from time to time. If you have any questions, please get in touch with Vivian or myself or Maurice. We will be happy to answer your question. I want to thank you all once again for coming. And please, let's keep in touch. And I wish everyone a very fruitful year, a very productive and fruitful year. And please stay safe and keep well. Bye, everyone.
Bye, Jude.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.